look at this beautiful car. I love it. Oh, it belongs to that woman? I hate her so much. How does someone like her afford a car like this? It doesn't make any sense. She needs to be put in her place.
Trouble Busters!
Nancy, I might be a little late in picking you up today.
Do you have work, Mommy?
Yes, I do. Oh, if it isn't Helen and Nancy. Hi there. Do you have work again? I feel sorry for Nancy. Being a single mother must be so tough. But do you realize that being late for pickup forces the teachers to stay late and work overtime? Well, I have already spoke with Nancy's teacher and they understand. In fact, they're very supportive. As a mother, shouldn't your primary job be to raise Nancy? What kind of work do you do anyway? You never seem to leave the house. Are you sure you're not using work as an excuse? For all I know, you could be taking a young lover. Is that why you're single? Because you can't be with just one man? Karen, there's no truth in anything that you say. Besides, I don't think that this is the type of conversation that we should be having in front of our children. Helen's so scary when she gets mad. I was only kidding. Don't take it so seriously. Mina, let's go. Karen was on fire again this morning. What does she have against you? I don't understand why she has a problem with you having a job. I think it's very admirable. I think that Karen is jealous of you because you make everything look so easy. Really? I don't see why she would be jealous of me. And she's like that to everyone. She likes to boss everyone around. I heard that her husband is super successful and works at some fancy trading house. They live in a penthouse of a condo. We don't want any trouble with her. She tries to resolve all her problems with money. She's not really resolving anything by paying people money, is she? And the money is coming from her husband, so I can't believe that she's so self-righteous. If she weren't married to her husband, she wouldn't have anything to call her own. I love the way you think, Helen. You're absolutely right. Well, thank you. Maybe that's why Karen hates me so much. Your positive thinking is great. There's no need to let Karen get to us. Do you want to get together again sometime soon? That's a great idea. Let's do that. I'll let you know when my current project finishes. I'll have some time after that. They're going to get together without me? How rude. I don't understand why the other moms even like Helen. My name is Helen, and I'm a single mother. I lost my husband in an accident 2 years ago, and since then, I've been working from home as a beauty consultant. I've recently launched my own line of beauty products, and I've been very busy with work. Let's have a party at my house like we planned. Yes, let's do it. I love your house parties. They're so much fun. Helen? Yes, Melanie? Look, Karen's staring at us. Did you hear? There was another burglary in our neighborhood. Oh no, I thought that this was a safe neighborhood. It is so frightening. There's not much to steal from my house, but I'd hate if someone tried to break in. My next-door neighbor had her diamond ring stolen. This burglar is a professional. He only takes the good stuff. And I heard that he trashes the victim's house. How terrible. But I'm sure that you have nothing to worry about, Helen. You don't have anything valuable worth stealing. My husband set up some security cameras in our penthouse in case the burglar tries to break in. I feel completely safe. Well, good for you. You live a life that we can't even imagine. You know what? I got a good look at the burglar's face the other day. What? I want to reveal their identity, but I'm afraid that if I do, I might become their next target. You'd be surprised to know that it's someone we know very well. You should at least report it to the police, though. That's right. They need to be arrested for their crimes. We can go down to the police station with you. Fine, I'll tell you. The burglar is Helen. On what grounds are you saying this? I don't believe that Helen would do such a thing. Well, Helen's not going to admit to us that she's guilty. Helen's a single mother and she doesn't have much money. That's why she stole. How else can she afford to have parties at her house? She doesn't have a job. And she has a secret lover whom she invites to her house when Nancy is at kindergarten. That's where you're wrong, Karen. I do have a job. I do all my work from home. And I do not have a lover. You just made that up out of spite. Work from home? You've got to be kidding me. Even if that were true, you must only make like $1 a day doing menial tasks. I feel bad for you because no matter how hard you work, it won't amount to anything. Karen, you're being rude. Melanie, I'm thirsty. Could you please run down to the store and buy me a drink? I think that you can go buy the drink yourself. Oh, I just remembered. Melanie comes from a poor family too. I mean, look at what she's wearing. Which thrift shop did you buy that from? Weren't you wearing the same thing yesterday as well? I get it. You two must be in it together. You're both burglars. Karen, we've had enough. Why are you so mean to us? What did we ever do to you? Is being poor something to laugh at? You never seem to understand that I'm just messing with you. Don't get so irritated. And if I'm right about you stealing from others, you have no right to be angry with me. Your behavior and attitude are unforgivable. Well, I don't like your attitude either. Karen and I were furious with one another. We were using the kind of language that we didn't want our kids to hear. The other moms tried to break us up, but a few days later, something terrible happened. Wow, look at this beautiful car. I love it. Oh, it belongs to that woman? I hate her so much. How does someone like her afford a car like this? It doesn't make any sense. She needs to be put in her place. Yay, I'm done with work. Sorry to keep you waiting, Nancy.
I can't wait to see Grandpa today. I'm looking forward to my ice cream sundae too.
The sundae is for dessert. You have to finish your meal first.
Okay, Mommy.
Grandpa should be here any minute now. What? Who did this? Hi, Helen. Are you all right? You look really pale. Look at that fancy car of yours. Doesn't that cost the same as a small house? How are you able to afford such an expensive car? Karen, drop the act. I know that you did this. Why in the world would I need to do something stupid like that? I have a wonderful life of my own. I don't have the time to be jealous of others. By now, I have a party to get to. I'm sure that you're envious of my fabulous life.
Hi, Helen and Nancy. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Grandpa, look at what happened to Mommy's car.
Who would do such a terrible thing?
Oh, who did this to my car?
Dad, I'm so sorry. I said that your car would be safe parked in my garage, but I was wrong.
I'm glad that you and Nancy are okay, though. That's much more important than the car.
Someone must have deliberately done this to your car out of spite.
It's a terrible thing to do to someone.
We need to catch the person who did this. He can't get away.
I mean, this was the first nice car that you owned. This is all my fault.
The car is too expensive to be an unmarked police car. It also stands out a lot, and now it's become a target for crime.
You raise a good point, Alan. I should have never splurged on this car. No need to pursue this any further. I'm just glad that no harm was done to you or Nancy. You don't need to feel responsible, Helen. It makes me sad when you're sad. Cheer up. I'll get to the person who did this later. Let's go enjoy our dinner first.
The criminal dropped these in your garage.
Oh, I know who those belong to. I was right. Good evening, Helen. Did you know that I attended a party for a new cosmetics line today? Doesn't that sound fabulous? I came over to see how you were doing. I'm sure you're upset about what happened to your car. I know that I seem to have a very glamorous life, but attending parties all the time is a lot of work.
Out partying every night, are we?
Helen, who is this? He's very handsome. Karen, what did you really come here for? I see that you're having a party of your own. Who's the younger man next to the handsome one? Are you having a threesome? I didn't know that you had it in you.
Helen, your friend has a weird sense of humor. I think that she would have gotten along with Ted.
Ted was not this vulgar. Who's Ted? How many men are at your house right now? I don't know what you're imagining right now, but you have it all wrong. Ted is the name of my late husband, and this is my father and his colleague, Alan.
Nice to meet you. Karen, was it?
I see. Am I interrupting something?
Sort of, but that's okay. We wanted to talk to you anyway.
What would you want to talk to me about? We just met. What's going on? Dad, you need to put things simply. Karen's not very smart. I'm plenty smart. How rude. I interact with a lot of intelligent people at the parties. That's great, Karen. Well, the people you meet at the parties may not know you well, but I do. You're a cunning bitch. Dad, use simple language when you talk to her.
Karen, take a look at my police badge.
You're a police officer?
Yes, he is, and so am I.
I don't believe you. I bet that badge is fake. You don't look like police officers to me. You're not even in uniform. You can't fool me. I'm not an idiot. Is this some form of role play? They're not in uniform because they're undercover agents. They've been investigating the burglary that you were telling me about the other day.
You'd be happy to know that we caught this person.
Wow, that's wonderful news. Although at one point, I believed that Helen was the burglar. In fact, I'm surprised that it wasn't her. So I guess you two really work for the police then.
Yes, we wouldn't lie about such a thing.
Alan, no need to be so stern. We have something that belongs to the burglar.
These ugly pink earrings belong to you, right? It's one of a kind, so they couldn't be anyone else's. Are you sure? I don't recognize them to be mine. I have so many pieces of jewelry that I can't keep count. Those earrings aren't exactly unique in design. They could be sold anywhere. But look at the engraving. It says, designed by Karen. But there are so many people named Karen in this world. Doesn't mean that those earrings are mine. Why don't you stop lying and start telling us the truth, Karen? I think it's time for trouble busters. Sorry for the wait. You can come in now.
Yes.
This is John, the designer that you worked with to create those pink earrings. Thank you for taking the time to come here today. We really appreciate it.
It's not a problem.
John, do you know this woman?
Yes, I met Karen for the first time a week ago when she visited my atelier and requested to have a pair of earrings designed for her. She wanted to customize a pair of earrings that she already owned.
Okay, understood. Are you sure that it was Karen?
Yes, I'm certain. I told her that we don't offer such services, but she was very persistent and I agreed in the end. I didn't enjoy working with her because she has no sense of style. I'm ashamed to have my name next to hers on those designs. I didn't want to, but she practically forced me to.
He's lying. He begged to work with me. Are these people paying you to say bad things about me? I wouldn't do something like that. That's your specialty. Now, do you admit that the earrings are yours? I do, but how does that make me the burglar? It doesn't make any sense. The burglar could have come into my house and taken them from me. Let's suppose the burglar broke into your house. You wouldn't have kept quiet if something like that really happened. You were too busy telling the other moms that I was the burglar. I couldn't say anything because I was scared. I thought that the burglar would come after me if I said anything. That burglar is a professional. I mean, he got through all the security cameras in your penthouse, right? Do you have any security footage from that day?
I'm sorry for being late, Helen. We had a lot of customers today. Here's the client list that you asked me for. These are all the people that attended the party. It says right here that you designed some jewelry with John.
What was the occasion, Karen?
I can't believe that she forced John to create something against his wishes. Who does that to a designer?
What are you doing here, Melanie, and who asked you to butt in?
Actually, you're talking to the owner of a jewelry store.
What? That's hilarious.
I inherited the business from my father. I'm busy taking care of my sick father now, so John's mainly in charge now. By the way, John is my husband.
Oh, why would someone like John choose to marry someone dull like you?
I can't allow you to talk that way about my sweet wife. She's a trillion more times beautiful than you ever will be. I don't understand why you think so highly of yourself. You should make time for some self-reflection. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two about yourself.
You were at a cosmetic launch party tonight, right? Which brand are we talking about? Helena Cosmetics. What's it to you? Oh, I thought that you bought your products from somewhere more expensive. I'm a little surprised. Did you know that the cosmetics line was developed for working mothers? I would know because I'm the one who created it. I'm glad that you like my products, Karen. What? You're the owner? That's right. I'm a beauty consultant. I recently launched my own cosmetics line. The products are affordable but high in quality. I didn't think that you would fit into my clientele, though.
I agree. I imagine that someone like Karen bought all their cosmetics at a high-end department store.
Are you trying to cut back on your spendings?
Well, your cosmetics line is very popular. I could see why someone like Karen would be interested too. I bought a few of the items and I must say that I'm in love.
Thanks, Melanie. That means so much to me. I don't know how you attended the party for my cosmetics line, though. We don't organize fancy parties for our customers like high-end brands do. I'm interested to know which party you actually attended. Karen, the jig is up. It's time for you to confess your crimes. You'll get a lighter sentence if you own up to what you did. Helen, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay then, let's file a victim report. The car was mine and someone destroyed it. It was brand new too. I won't give up until I find the person who did this to my car.
I thought that car belonged to Helen. It was parked in her garage. Oh no. So you admit that you destroyed the car thinking it was mine.
I just recorded her confession.
Will you take care of the other thing that I asked you to?
On it. I'm gonna go speak to the neighbors now.
Ever since the burglaries began to take place, we asked several families to install security cameras in hopes to catch this person. Let's take a look at the footage on those cameras.
If it's money you're after, I can pay you. Somebody call my husband. He'll know what to do.
What were you thinking, Karen?
I was annoyed with everyone, okay? I needed an outlet for my frustration.
You ruined the reputation of our family. What are we going to do now? And why did you get all dressed up to steal from other people's homes?
When are you going to pay my bail money? I want to go home.
I can't go on like this anymore, Karen.
What are you saying?
I was madly in love with you when we first met. I loved your spontaneity, but now you're just greedy and selfish and I have no love for you left. I know that you've been having flings with younger men at nightclubs. I looked the other way because I thought that you were a good mother to Mina, but I was wrong. I want a divorce and sole custody of Mina.
Wait, is this really happening to me?
It is. I know that you haven't even been feeding Mina properly. What kind of a mother are you? Mina tells me that you go out drinking every day and come home drunk all the time.
That's not true. I've been a good mother to Mina. You have to believe me.
Mina tells me that when you get drunk, you're abusive and cruel to her. She's scared of you and doesn't want to live with you anymore.
How dare she?
I know that you only care about yourself. You need to stay here and think about all the bad decisions you made in your life. The police officers showed me the videos of you stealing from others. You deliberately destroyed people's homes by breaking their belongings with a baseball bat. And I was certain that that was the way you behave in front of Mina when you were drunk.
I just couldn't come to terms with the fact that losers like Helen and Melanie were getting more attention than I did. I always want to be the center of attention. I was born to shine.
You're not the #1 club hostess anymore. Get over it. Your main concern should be being a good mother to Mina, but you clearly failed at that. I wanted the three of us to be happy, but now I realize that you're the reason why Mina and I are so unhappy.
What am I supposed to do if you're not going to post my bail?
Our lives became peaceful and happy after Karen was out of our lives. Everything she had stolen was returned to its rightful owners. Melanie's neighbor who had her diamond ring stolen was happy to have it back. All was well. I hope that by going to jail, Karen finally learned her lesson. She shouldn't take it out on others just because she can't control some of the things in her own life. If she still doesn't understand that, she needs to be trouble-bustered again. Trouble busters.